Dreadnoughts. Today I'm doing, well, a scenario that was suggested by a viewer, Dalbhuie. Thank you very much, sir. And it's kind of a what if. And the what if is, what if instead of sending out their capital ships one by one to get picked off, the Germans had taken the Bismarck Tirpitz, the 2 battle cruisers, and the 3 Hipper-class heavy cruisers, and just sallied forth in one go in an attempt to break out. And let's say that the British were well aware of this and sent all of their heavy fleet units that they had available to intercept. Can say that, well, they had ultra intelligence or something like that. And they could scrape together 4 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and 3 heavy cruisers. And obviously there were lighter ships. That would give even more advantage to the Royal Navy. They had about 10 light cruisers and 20-odd destroyers available. The Germans actually had 4 destroyers, but then it'll just turn into a torpedo battle. So I'll try and avoid that. I'm going to play as the Germans, and I'm going to build the battleships. And we're going to do a sort of reimagining, shall we say, of Bismarck and Tirpitz. Because we're going to go with Super Tirpitz. Now, what's interesting about the German super battleships is these towers have built-in barbettes, but they're not very big. So there is a limit to kind of how big a gun you can fit on here, and I'm not quite sure what it is. Let's go with the 15 joules, which is what Bismarck and Tirpitz actually had. Now, I'm going to put a bit of an halfway offset. Let's move the tower forward. And again. There we go. It's a bit better. So these would be our main guns for punching through the enemy. Secondary guns, we go with 7-inch doubles, just for a bit of variety. And what fits on the top? 5s. 5-inch triples. Not that they're going to be a huge amount of use, but you never know. Right, that's all the guns that we can fit. We're not going to go with any torpedoes. That's very dull. 4 weight offset 0.8%. Can we get that down a little bit? 0.1, that'll do. That's a nice looking ship. Well under our displacement. Out of interest, yeah, I don't want to make it bigger. So we'll go with 120,000 if the game will let me do that. There we go. Bulkheads maximum. Oops, daisy. By the way, I know some people are like, why do you move the wide turret all the way back there? It's so if you have it back here, it can almost fire. It can fire like this, so you can get pretty nice angles with the X and Y turret. So if you're setting like this and the enemy's over there, you can fire with all 4 of your main turrets. Whereas if you tuck it right up against the superstructure here, you lose a lot of firing angles. So that's why I quite like to have them spaced out like that. Right, let's go with double gauge steam turbines, oil. Let's try and go with a balanced boiler. Turbo 1, why not? 4, all the protection. Might not need anti-torpedo protection actually. I mean, the enemy does have heavy cruisers, which could potentially have something nasty. I'm going to go with a standard tube powder, but I'm going to balance that by having super heavy shells. Autoloaders, radar, long range, got a sonar 1 just in case, and that leaves us plenty of room for armour, although our engine efficiency isn't very good. Forced, yeah, just being able to fit one funnel is a bit of a restriction actually. Don't know. I don't think I can get that up anymore. So slow it down just a tiny bit to 24 knots. Yeah, 98.5. That's fine. Okay, armor time. Now, in theory, we could go all the way up to an 18-inch. Now, with a super heavy tube powder shell, I could go through 64.1 inches of belt armor. So we're going to want at least a 30-inch belt. And in return could go through 45 inches of deck, which means we're going to want a pretty hefty deck. Maybe as much as 20. No, that's way too much. I'm going to have to go with 12, I think. That's also going to be exceptionally difficult to pull off. About 8. 8 and 4. Okay. Conning tower 30. Turrets 30, turret tops 8, and secondaries, say 15. Okay, now we have some spare. Morning. Oh, hello there, Dalbhuie. We have the author of the scenario in the chat, which is very exciting. It looks nice. Yeah, she's looking pretty nice actually. Looking quite Bismarck Tirpitz-like. She's obviously a bit high displacement, but yeah, very much going for a decent looking build. Quite by accident. I'm just doing the armor. Would be nice to get some more extended deck armor. That's all we can get, 4.5. More on the towers. Yep, let me get some more armor on the tower. 38.2 inches. There we go. So we need to give her a name. I'm going to call this one Dubbits. All right, let's go. If you already have to submit scenarios to me, by the way, Twitch is a good way. You can send me whispers through Twitch if you follow me. And I can do scenarios pretty easily that way, or if you're one of my patrons, you can send them to me direct. Is that 120,000 tons? Yes, it is. So I've taken some creative liberties. So we have 2 of the super turbines, 2 battle cruisers, and 3 heavy cruisers. So I decided that we had all of the Admiral Hipper class ships available. And the British have 4 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and 3 heavy cruisers. Not including the lighter ships, to avoid it becoming a torpedo fest, and to save my poor computer. So we have we have Tirpitz, but we don't have Bismarck. We have Kurfürst Friedrich Wilhelm. Very nice. Let's have a look at our battle cruiser build. The Hansa. 13-inch mains. Very low ship. It's kind of cool looking. Yeah, I hope they did too. Loads of 8-inch secondaries. 3-inch guns, 2-inch guns, a load of torpedoes. Interesting. Let's have a look at the Admiral Hyperclass, which of course is doing donuts for no particular reason. It's a lot of guns. 7s? Yeah. 7s, some 5s, some 2. Whoa, my goodness me. That thing is stuffed full of guns. I have my co-host with me quite unexpectedly today, so there will be the odd interruption. Freya, you do not shout at me like that. What is it? Take your dummy out so I can actually hear what you're saying, please. I'll make you some more in a moment, okay? Do you want to go and have a look in the drawer? Her toast is gone because she ate it, right? Anti-aircraft cruiser, yeah, pretty much. Although, good lord, if those things could fire it, yeah, that's yeah, anti-air. I don't think we're gonna have to worry about anti-air in the game. Fortunately, right. You lot, how fast are the battleships going? 24. Slow to 24 knots, and stop trying to scream because you can never do it properly. Just go steady. From the ship profiles that I was able to see, it looks like the British have a Nelson-ish design, I think, for their battleship, and they've got pretty big battle cruisers, so probably the battle cruiser 5. Or would you like some of those? It is, of course. Snack time. There we go. Here you go. What'd you say? What'd you say? What do you say? Oi, what do you say? Or you won't get any more. Thank you, yes. Right, leave the drawer alone. Here we go. Still no sight of the enemy. What the cruiser's doing. Oh, they need to slow up a bit. Where the hell are the battle cruisers going? This is what happens when your co-host interrupts you. Oh well, at least they're not on the main battle line. Okay, let's go and have a look at the British. And what did the AI give them? Oh, this must be a heavy cruiser. Very similar build to ours, actually. It does have some torpedo tubes. I think this is the battleship. 15 or 16-inch guns, I think. And this must be a battle cruiser then. Again, 15-inch guns, I think. So they are not dissimilar to our own ships. Battle cruisers catch up. Nah, I don't think they're needed. I think it's more, I know what happens with battle cruisers when you're fighting against battleships, and they tend to go boom. So keep them out of the fight to start with. Oh, we got a hit there on one of the battleships. Seemed to do quite a bit of damage. Oh, we got 3 hits. Oh, we took a hit on the turpits. 16-inch. Okay. Oh my god! Well, there goes an unidentified battlecruiser, which might as well have been the HMS Hood, because one hit through the deck extended just forward of the A turret there, must have hit the A turret magazine. Boom! Entire ship is dead. Yes, I can tell what tonnage the enemy ships are once I manage to identify them. Oh, took a penetrating hit there. Mid-deck. Now, will the British react to whatever battlecruiser that was exploding? I was kind of hoping that would happen. That's why I went with the super heavy tube powder shells, because they have a very, very high chance of going through enemy armor. Now they're firing HE at us, which is interesting. It means they don't think that they can go through the armor. Still quite long range at the moment. Haven't scored any hits on them since that sinking of that battlecruiser. Oh, there we go. On another battlecruiser? Yeah. Almost looks like we're still shooting at the sinking ship. Maybe not quite believing that it just it exploded. Oh, hello. Oh, that was close. Oh, 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 oh. They're battlecruisers. Yeah, they are. They're nice looking things. Getting involved in the fight now, although they'll be most useful against the enemy heavy cruisers, which haven't really gotten into range yet. Oh, hello. We've got another ammo debt on this battlecruiser. Just on the secondary ammunition, I think. Not quite sure why the gunnery officer has picked out this one to shoot at, but it's not having the best of times. We do have the first Bismarck here. Oh, no. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh dear. That's not good. In fact. Oops. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Well, that'll be the video thumbnail, I think. Yeah, we're taking the odd fire hit, but nothing serious. Another biggish hit on that battle cruiser back there. Are these the heavy cruisers moving up? Yeah. Alright. Time to get our own heavy cruisers to see them off. Right, where are the battle cruisers? Coming in. Served on board as in between the wars and hated as an exchange officer and hated them. Yeah, probably. I think it is because it is the lead capital ship. These are heavy cruisers here. But I got confused by this one. I thought this was another one on the battle cruisers, so I thought he was firing at something in the middle of the line. But no, looks like yeah. Ooh, ricochet. Got the ×2 speed. Another hit. Yeah, the deck armor on this ship is no, my goodness. There we go. Not enough. Oh my. Right, well that's 2 battle cruisers down in spectacular fashion. I'll point out that that was mid-deck penetration. I think it was here in between the funnels, and it must have cooked off the A and B turret magazines. Meanwhile, our ships are pretty much fine. Heavy cruisers starting to get involved. Now, what are our ships targeting now? Looks like they've turned their attention to the heavy cruisers. I think. Oh no, they're firing on this battle cruiser at the back. Okay, so when the campaign arrives, avoid building battle cruisers, you say. I think when the campaign gets here, battle cruisers will fill a very, very particular niche, and that is of bully. And I did a video on battle cruiser bullies. Well, if you're watching this on YouTube, a couple of days ago, go watch that. And I think battle cruisers are going to be perfect for hunting down lighter ships, killing transports, and generally being a nuisance. They're fast, they have lots of guns, but do not send them up against battleships. It's like throwing snowballs at the sun. It's just never going to end well. Battleships can have armor that they can take hits. Battle cruisers can't. It doesn't matter if the battle cruiser can land 10 hits. The battleship only needs to land 1 or 2, and the battle cruiser is going to be in serious trouble. Like this ship. She's already got both her engines out. That's a losing speed. She's broadside on. She's taking fire from secondaries. All sorts of things going on. So, yeah, not a good day for her. Another big hit. Of course, it helps if you don't fill them full of very, very flammable stuff. Oh, hang on. Is that enemy torpedo detection? It is. Right, Lemberg. Hard to port. There we go. Right, let's go back to their battle cruiser. Still haven't identified these ships, I'll point out. This is all a very long-range engagement so far. I mean, it's only just starting to get into typical Brother Monroe fighting range. There we go. Took out all of our engines and a rudder with that midship hit. Yeah, now we're actually able to hit a belt armour, which we're just going right through. Like it's not even there. Yeah, if you're going to build a battleship, battle cruiser, I definitely think about them as very large, heavy cruisers in terms of what they can do. Large, fast, powerful, heavy cruisers, to be sure. But that's what they're for. They are not for engaging in the line of battle. One more hits. Another big hit. Another big hit. Oh, okay, so we've got an identification here. I'm just going to pause quickly. So we have the Black Prince. So here we have, look at this armor scheme. 7 inches of belt. 4 inches of deck. We can go, I mean, plus, presumably 110%, yeah, so doubled. So an effective 8 inches of deck. Now, the Kurfürst Friedrich Wilhelm here, at max range, will go through 29 inches of deck. So, yeah, like a hot knife through butter. And what was her deck? Belt armor? 7 doubled 40, let's call it 15 inches. And we can go through that very, very easily. In fact, even the 7-inch guns can go through that if they get close enough. So yeah, not well armoured. Does have many bulkheads for once. You know, reasonably fast. Doesn't matter if you still get hit. You know, yeah, it's got an anti-flooding system and things like that. But heavy shells, mistake on a battle cruiser. What's a propellant? High TNT? Yeah. Don't put high TNT on a battle cruiser. As you see, flash fires, ammo detonations, all very, very deadly. Oh shit. Took a torpedo hit there. It's not good. See, my own battle cruisers are way at the back here, throwing out shots at heavy cruisers. And I'm trying to get all the enemy fire to focus on my very, very heavily armoured battleships. Hello. More hits on the Black Prince. Are we still firing at the Black Prince? Yeah, we are. Oh, let's have a look at the... Oh, we have the Nelson. Have a look at the Nelson. Nelson, bit better armour, slower, 46,000 tons, 15-inch guns. A pretty standard build, actually. How heavy are the battle cruisers? 50,000 tons. So that's... They had 3 battle cruisers before, so it's 150, 200, 300, 350,000 tons displacement in capital ships for the British, and 240,000 for the Germans. So it is, oh, not including the battle cruisers, which are 50,000 each. So 240, yeah, about 350,000 tons each. in that case. So it is quite an evenly balanced battle, as it turns out, in terms of displacement. We're still bullying the Black Prince? We are. That's so mean. Because these things are carrying the 16-inch guns, they are more of a threat to us. Oops, didn't mean to go on ×5. Heavy cruiser battle, not much going on at the moment with that. Hawk, Suffolk, Narcissus in the middle here. Of course, what's on the battle, the real battle for the British was that they had aircraft carriers, and a metric ton more light ships. Oh, dearie me. So, of those 3 battle cruisers, all 3 died to flash fires and or ammo detonations. Tells you a little bit something about how they were designed. Okay, that's the battle cruisers dead. In relatively short order. Now, at a range of 11.6 kilometers, we're starting to engage the battleships, who have all turned away, interestingly. Not quite sure why they've done that. Possibly we fired some torpedoes at them. Yeah, we did. Yeah, so they're all trying to avoid torpedoes. Yeah, locked onto the battleships, I think. So Nelson is the target for the ships. Ooh. The Limburg taking some pretty heavy hits there. Gonna detach her away and tell her to retreat. That sounded like some big hits somewhere. Not sure on what. That was on the Nelson. Yeah, what kind of propellant is she using? Cordite. Oh dear. Oh my. I've been told to use cordite more in my Royal Navy builds because it is historical, but my goodness, in terms of the game, it's really not a good propellant. In fact, it's so bad I think they should consider adjusting it, because at the moment there's no reason to take it. Well, there goes the Limburg. Unable to get away, it seems. I think as well, thinking to the campaign, I have a suspicion that battle cruisers are going to be a luxury type of ship for you to build. Like, there's something you build because you already have battleship fleet. You already have cruisers and heavy cruisers and things. And yeah, you fancy going and bullying your opponent. Nelson developed a bit of a list there. I mean, the name of the game is Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, after all. So yeah, I'd say battleships are where it's at. Obviously, we don't know about costs and things. Could be that battlecruisers are so much cheaper that that's their main selling point. Right, Nelson seems to be a bit out of position. I think it's time to close in a little. Deutschland taking a big hit there. Detach and retreat. But we are messing Freya as well, actually. Get her to retreat as well. They've done their job. They've completely messed up the British formation by launching torps in their general direction. We can go over to the battle cruisers now to take over from the heavy cruisers. Looks like we've switched fire to the Royal Sovereign for some reason. Not quite sure why that is. Possibly because Nelson's at such a bad angle. Yeah, cruise. Yeah, upkeep is a big one. Cruises, the cruise for the ships, I'm really excited by that. Because to me, that sounds like crews of ships will be able to gain experience. Meaning that ships take on a certain personality as the campaign goes on. Meaning that you really want to keep ships that you like around, and it'll give you a much bigger incentive to kind of keep ships alive. Because even a heavily damaged ship, if it gets repaired, will probably, again I'm absolutely guessing here, will probably keep the crew experience bonuses that it's accrued. So it'll be really worth trying to keep your ships alive. And yeah, we don't know how things are going to be balanced. We do have costs in the custom builder. Ooh, Royal Sovereign took a bunch of hits there. On fire, stem to stern. Or bow to stern even. Yeah. No, I'm really excited for the campaign. Oh crap! Did we take another torpedo hit on the battleship? Those are long-range torpedoes. They're very annoying. Oh well. I think I kept the anti-torpedo 5, didn't I? No, anti-torp 3. That's fine. I can't be firing torpedoes that are that scary then. What are they? No, a 23-inch. But I think they've retreated out of range now. Hawk has 12, 15 torps. They're all on reload at the moment. I noticed that, unusually for me, I have kept my distance this battle. Mainly because the British keep running away. But yeah, time to finish them off, I think. Some more pretty serious hits on the Royal Sovereign there. Another torpedo snuck through. Hawk's taken quite a battering, but is still alive. I don't know what Tirpitz is up to. In fact, let's detach Tirpitz and let's control the two battleships individually. Split up. Yeah, if you have reach and accuracy. Yeah, we do. I'm more moving in now because the enemy is kind of moving away and around, and Their formation is messed up, so it's a good time to push. Because as you close in, our shells are going to be even more deadly. And our ships can definitely take hits. Battlecruisers are going to stay away though. Or someone's got a bit of a flooding problem. Minimum bulkheads as well. I think she might die from that. Like she only has one bulkhead with no water in it. Or one compartment. Grapefruit marmalade. Now that sounds delicious. I've always been a fan of lime marmalade. I've never tried grapefruit marmalade. Does this sound very nice? Marmalade is just generally delicious. I've forgotten which... Was it Mary Queen of Scots that supposedly marmalade was invented for? It was some princess. It was some princess. I'm sure it was a princess at some point. It was basically like wouldn't eat their fruit. So they're like, right. You'll eat it if it's like this. True. Looks like we switched fire again. Possibly to the New Zealand over here. It's hard to tell. Shell's going absolutely everywhere at the moment. Turpits, who are you targeting? New Zealand? Yeah, all the fire seems to be going at the New Zealand now with the main guns. Because she is the one that is closing. You get the battle cruisers and the secondary armament on the battleships to fire on the Narcissus. Oh, I did get that right. I think it's apocryphal. I think that's very much a story, probably invented by the people who made Marmalade to make it sound like it was fancy, because you know, royalty. You know, it was made to appease the refined tastes of a queen type of thing. Hello? That's for bedtime. Can I put something different on the telly for you? What would you like to watch? I'll read that to you in a minute, okay? I'll read that to you later, okay?
No.
Freya, have you seen there's a boat here called Freya? Look, it's called the Freya.
Can I
Do you like it?
steer it?
Is it a nice boat?
Can I steer it, please?
You want to steer it? I guess you can. It's fixed its flooding problem.
Don't go too far.
My co-host is now in control. If you get vertigo or sick because of the camera work, it's her fault.
What happened?
You're zooming in and out.
Why can't drive?
You can drive. Look, it's turning around.
Oh.
Whoa! Careful. Oh, look. That was a good hit on the Narcissus over there. 7-inch gun? No,
Daddy, I
15
want
inch,
to
I think.
drive.
I know, but Daddy is still trying to record a video, you know. No, it doesn't quite get the difference between this and Avorian. She likes driving the ships in Avorian. I think that was an accidental hit on the... whoa, Freya. On the Narcissus there. Would you like to watch a game? Yeah. Be back in a minute, guys. I will just leave it zoomed out so you can see the action. Come on then. Oh, I'm back. Yeah, Wallace and Gromit. I haven't gotten her into Wallace and Gromit yet. I need to do that. It looks like the Narcissus is dead. What killed you? Oh, another 15-inch shell hit it. Why are you shooting at the Suffolk with your main guns? From the New Zealand. You got a 100% chance to hit. You're also firing at a heavy cruiser. Alright, the Queen Elizabeth. New Admiral will lead us to an even greater victory. Yeah, she is a very good Admiral. Nasty hits on the New Zealand there. Flooding. Yeah, minimum bulkhead battleships are just stupid. I think the AI should... I mean, Stealth would definitely agree with me. Should maybe be coded to... well, there goes the Queen Elizabeth. That was quick. Yeah, see, flooding hits, and down she goes. Should maybe be coded to not give battleships minimum bulkheads, except under very unusual circumstances. But yeah, the game runs incredibly well. Incredibly well. I think I'm pulling... Oh, normally you get a little frame rate counter at the top. Must have pressed the button to turn that off. I can't remember what it is. Yeah, the game runs incredibly smoothly, and the devs have mentioned performance in, you know, well, we're not quite sure because that'll impact performance. Performance of this game is really good. For a game in alpha, with this number of ships, this is on fantastic quality on a decent PC, but I wouldn't say that my PC is anything particularly uber. You know, it's nice, but it's not crazy. Torpedoes coming in against the turpits. Yeah, steer into them. The game looks fantastic. It runs pretty smooth. That's Raw Sovereign dead. Almost certainly. One more salvo will finish her off, I think. Yeah, minimum bulkhead battleships, just... You'll try it once, and then you'll never do it again. Okay, Royal Sovereign is dead. Most definitely. Fire on the Nelson. I mean, she's not dead yet, but she will be now. There we go. And there goes New Zealand as well. Again, due to flooding. Could have survived a lot longer if she had better bulkheads. Just saying. Now, whose turret's firing on Suffolk? Okay. Not very good news for the Suffolk. I think the AI... It shouldn't... I'm not quite sure how the auto-build AI works, but I think it is literally just, you know, you can have minimum, few, standard, many, or maximum bulkheads. So there's 5 options. I think it just has a 1 in 5 chance of choosing each one. I think they should adjust that per ship class. So, you know, I think they have said that they will. But like, I think a battleship with minimum bulkheads should be a rarity. That should be an unusual thing. You see it worryingly often. Right, Hawk here is going to have a bad time in a moment. I think the Atlantic convoy system is in an awful lot of trouble. Because this would leave the British with very few ships. I mean, the only... I mean, Howe hadn't been finished... You know, the KG-5 is still under construction. And there are a few of the older ships. Warspite wasn't present. Nelson wasn't present. So there's still ships, but they could use. But this is basically the entire North Atlantic fleet being wiped, along with Force H. There goes the Hawk. So just the Nelson left. And she is not long for the world. Tippets. Pointing out that apart from some engine damage on the Kurfürst and the Tirpitz, they're in pretty good health. The Freya and the Deutschland have mostly fixed their flooding issues and are perfectly healthy. The battle cruisers, which have done almost nothing for the entire battle, are nice and safe and sound at the back. And yeah, we lost 1 heavy cruiser. Battle of the River Plate. I would love to do Battle of the River Plate, and I have done videos kind of like Battle of the River Plate, but I am waiting for the ability to design all the ships on both sides before I do something like River Plate, because it's it'll be really interesting to build a Graf Spee, build Ajax, Achilles, and Exeter, and refight the battle properly. Because at the moment you can kind of guess at it, but it's pretty tricky to get it like right. I think that'll be really cool. I'm actually wondering if the devs will include a historical battle kind of thing, like Total War games used to. Like, you can refight historical scenarios, but I kind of think that their best bet is to give us Steam Workshop support. And if we're able to build the ships for both sides and kind of set the scenario and all that, and upload the entire thing as a bit like a Naval Academy mission, but you don't do any ship designing, you just take them out, that'd be really cool. And I would definitely start doing that. I'd start making some. Oh, and there goes Nelson with a flash fire. What a way to end. So I think the reason that you cannot currently build all the ships is simply that they haven't had time to implement a system that lets you do it. Okay, so if you're on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one. Yeah, as I said earlier on in the video, send me stuff through Twitch. That's how I did this scenario. The guy I've been chatting with throughout the video is the guy who wrote the scenario. And if you want to join my Patreon, then you can submit scenarios to me any old time, and you get loads of other exclusive content, bonus stuff, and of course my undying gratitude for you being just such an excellent person. Anyway, on Twitch, however, we're going to go to